Don't you find it extremely bizarre that two people that seem to have zero parenting nor maternal instincts, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, don't you seem very bizarre that they had this whole campaign to be interacting with as many little people as possible in an uncontrolled environment? Folks, I have some I have some beautiful videos here today. And here's the other thing too. She thought this was, I'm sure it was her idea, please. Oh, it was a bot. Listen, this backfired so bad. Every interaction is more awkward than the next. Tell me, how do you say we don't literally, have children, allegedly, without saying we don't have children, allegedly? Listen to this. Let's get into this.
Do you know what a narcissist is? Do you know what narcissism means? A narcissist is someone that sees things from their own point of view only.
If not, why not?
And they don't recognize when what they're saying and doing isn't playing well with their audience because they're so full of themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the show. How are you doing? You having a good day? Is everything going all right? It's wonderful to see all your lovely faces. Oh, yeah, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Also, I have a Patreon account. Matter of fact, if you've ever had a 23andMe, all right, you can go browse on there for free. And a lot of people will tell me, you know what, I had my 23andMe done, which I don't recommend doing because then they're going to have your DNA. But some people are like, look, I found out I was a quarter browser. Some people are like, listen, I found that I was 43% browser on my mother's side. You never know. Go have fun. Anyways, let's get into these videos. There's a truckload. I'm going to start off with this one right here. Here we go. Let's get into this. So this is Shiesty, and here's the other thing. Keep in mind, right? In most of her interactions where she's, doing some charity thing with little people or whatever, it's controlled. Here, it's unfiltered, and there's no gauges on this. So she's just fielding all this stuff, and I'm telling you, she's on a mega meltdown, Meghan Markle meltdown here. And watch the eyes. All right, watch her eyes. Okay. Let's watch this. Look, where I beg your pardon. What did you ask me? Pupils? Listen, the snow is so pure here. Okay, pupils, schmooples. Okay, please. I have very dark eyes. I'm a woman of color. Hello. Now, let's get to this little TikTok influencer son of a bitch. Where is she? Where is she? Oh, she's right next to me? Okay, fine. Let's go. Okay, so she's... and by the way, every movement is so jerky and, sporadic. Meanwhile, look at this. This kid's face says the real truth of what's going on. She's like, oh, for Pete's sake, look at this nonsense. Meanwhile, here's a little girl, right? Scheissmeist, it looks like Scheissmeist is having it looks like she's the one that has to take the photo, not the kid, which is bizarre. Look how happy she is, and she's just like, whatever. And she's holding and doing this whole thing and posing. Meanwhile, oh, by the way, you saw the video yesterday. This, comb over part stuck in place. The other thing is this, maybe she only has like a 6-hour hold on her hairspray. Right? Because I don't see no clips and no pens. And maybe after 6 hours, the hairspray just cannot keep the comb over up. You know what I mean? And the other thing is this. She has this to detract from this 10 head here. Okay? You can clearly see. All right? Let's get into this. Oh my God. Excuse me. Listen, you have a lot of TikTokers, right? Please. Don't waste my time. All right? You little sons of bitches. I only want people with a lot of followers. All right, let's get into the next one. Here's Shiesty trying way too hard, right? To try to act like she's, not a reptile.
Oh, down, up, and down?
Here's the other weird part. You gotta just let little people be little people. You know what I mean? She wants to have some sort of, you just let them be little people. Just let them tell their little story. You know what I mean? Just let it be. Just be like, oh, wow, that's great. Okay, awesome. Well, that's, good, whatever. You know what I mean? She's got to be like all intricate. Oh, so was it up and down and then, you know what I mean? It's like, bitch, please. And then, could you imagine if this is how she deals with her own little people, allegedly? Please. All right? Everything's got to be like this big, over-animated situation here. They're just telling you a story about the slope that they were on or whatever. I think this is the two boys that asked her about the freckles. Look, by the way, just do a profile, folks. Okay, look at this thing. All right? Wow. That is interesting. That is like sloped. She's like, oh my God, was it like, let me ask you this, kids. Listen, you little sons of bitches. Was it like this? Does it look like my schnoz? Okay, please. And don't, did you just ask me about my freckles? Oh my God, you little skunk, you little scamp, you little scoundrel. Okay, let me get to another one. All right, this one, she has a complete mental breakdown here. All right, listen to this. First of all, I didn't put this, all this BS here and all this stuff, okay? She's just sitting here, arts and crafts. Here's the other thing, too. They didn't do this at the last Invictus. So this is a new push, okay? This is the new propaganda. They got to get little people involved for some reason. They did not do this at the last Invictus, okay? Period. There was no interactions with children. Okay, please. I mean, maybe H did some stupid shit, but he's always doing some stupid shit, which is a whole nother story. But let's focus. All right, here we go.
This one? Oh, sorry. Oh, na, ось тут малюй. На. You make some other.
Do you see how she cannot just like take a breath and breathe and just like let the little people have their little fun, whatever they're doing? You know what I mean? Is there other fun things to do? Because this little son of a gun's not fun. Okay, she's just not fun. And how come you listen? How come you little? Why do none of you scoundrels want me to show you how to calligraphy? I don't get it. Ugh, please, we need to get new kids. These are the worst.
You make some other fun things. Make some.
Look, H, by the way, these two, look at this. Snuffleupagus 1 and Snuffleupagus 2 here, okay, please. All right, meanwhile, around little people to boot.
Make some bracelets. Yeah.
Look how frazzled this woman is. Lady, it's just arts and crafts. Chill out.
How's it going over there?
Now, H is having the time of his life. He's in his element. He's with his he's on the same, actually, these kids are probably more intelligent, to be honest with you. Now, she's like all focused on this. This kid's boring her. Okay, so that was that. Let me show you another one. All right, here's Shiesty, right? They're getting ready to walk into this building, whatever this is, right? Cameras all over the place, too. She's just gotta constantly, and here's the thing, too. Like, I get it. If you're in a hurry or whatever, or you don't want to do this, then don't do it. But my point is, she's making this is an issue. She needs to have all of these interactions with these little people. This is her choice, okay? But it all goes horrifically. It's all fake. It's all phony. None of it looks sincere or genuine. None of it. Okay, everything's in a rush. And then look at that. Yeah. Let me just. I scratch RNP Broke Leg Beagle like that, and now I replaced Broke Leg Beagle with Mamma Mia, which is another dumb dog name, but we'll get to that later. Meanwhile, she spins around like, she's, a wacko witch. She's got to look at what's going on. What's the rush? There's nothing going on. Okay, let me get to another one. Now, this one takes the cake, and I'll tell you why. because first of all, they have this whole, library set up or what. First, why are these kids even here doing this or whatever the deal is? But anyways, my point is this. She's sitting here holding court and she's asking these kids, do they have any questions? And I'm telling you, my thought, my opinion, is that she, because, when she was little, all she thought about was being a princess and that was her whole thing and everything. But now she thinks these kids actually know who she is, which they don't, right? They're there because their parents dragged them there or whatever the situation is. Or maybe they're getting paid. The parents, who knows, right? They're like, look, we'll give you a $50 gift card if you show up to this thing. Who knows, okay? Allegedly, maybe, who knows? But my point is this. She really thinks that these kids are waiting to ask her questions about her. That's my belief. That's what I think is going on here. Okay? They had to listen to her read a book. They think, whatever. She thinks they're there to ask her questions. Like, this is what, little people are into. They have no idea who she is. Let's watch this.
Wait. Two different ways? They put one night and one night down. One night and one night down. One night and one night down. Oh my God. One time.
Enormous. Was
She's like, oh my God, the snow that maybe I had it slipped in my pocket or something. Oopsie, it was enormous. And so me and H just were like, yeah, it's like getting the lottery.
Do any of you have any questions for this week before you get started?
She wants them so bad to ask her some question about her.
Be a big one. There's so much exciting stuff to see and do.
I'm throwing this in as a bonus because this is from Revealing the Narc, which great, go check her out. She's got great content. But anyways, Scheissmeist actually positions this lady into the photo frame. If you haven't seen this, this is unbelievable. She hugs her, she knows where the camera is, and then she moves her over. I mean, do you believe the balls on this lady? Excuse me, listen, bitch, you're not in the frame. I need you in the frame. Come here. Come over here. There, now I can cry. Now I can feel your pain. Okay, now watch this. One more. All right, this one is the absolute pièce de résistance. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with little people, but you got to listen to what Shai says about taking a photo with this lady.
Oh my God, can you see?
No, of course.
Hello, Dimanta.
Who are we talking to?
Dimanta. Hello, Dimanta.
Hi. You're welcome.
Right
Oh my
there.
God, can you see?
No, of course.
Hello, Dimanta.
Who are we talking to?
Dimanta. Hello, Dimanta. Hi.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. The lady didn't even say thank you. She's like, bye. Oh my God, you're so welcome. I didn't say thank you. You're welcome. Okay, please. Your whole account's probably gonna just be rolling in money now because, of me saying hello to Dynamite or Demonte or whoever, whatever, who cares? All right, please. You're welcome. This is the best, okay? This is H, who, don't forget, I had to protect my family. Everything was about his family and how we could finally be, away from the paparazzi and we could go on bike rides and hiking and all this stuff. The guy talks so vague and so general about being a dad. It is ridiculous. Watch this.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I think 1 or 2 kids is probably enough.
I mean, dude, could you kiss a little more ass here? Geez Louise. Omid Scooby 2.3 here. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny, H, you are just, you're so hilarious. Can I tell you something? That was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, 1 or 2 is enough. Oh my God, that is hysterical. That is hysterical. You are seriously, I would love to give you a massage. What are we talking about? Tell me the detail.
I definitely think that. I know lots of people who've got 3, 4. I know some people have got 5. I just say, well, that's your own fault. Having kids is amazing, but it's a journey every single day, every single week.
So it's just amazing. Everything's amazing.
because they just grow and they change.
They grow and they change. So does everybody, stupid.
And I love the questions that they ask, and the experiences and the challenges they give you.
The experience. Okay, so you could basically have said that about anybody. You could say that about an employee. You could say that about a new relationship. You could say that about literally anything. You could say that about a community around you that's starting to be developed. You know what? It's the experience and the changes and the growth. It's just unbelievable. I mean, that is the Vegas shit, okay? The guy doesn't mention one thing, like, you know what I mean? Oh my God, they got so much energy. They shock you. They say the, most outlandish, nothing, zero, not one detail this guy can describe, right? And you're supposed to believe that these two are alleged parents. Stop it. However, Archibald he's fanatical about landmines. Let's be honest. Kids, he's Ted Kaczynski 2.7, right? He's Archibald Kaczynski over here. He loves landmines, IED. I believe they're called IEDs. Think about this. What's the point? What's the whole purpose behind? And by the way, I haven't even showed you all the photos and all the other nonsense that these two yahoos do. What is the huge push around being around the little people? Is it because of the charity aspect, and that's how they get a lot of funding through these NGOs, allegedly? Is it because she's trying to be an influencer? Now, the other thing is this. Here's the main point I really want to drive home. If Scheissmeist was truly a mom, okay, with all her dumb stories, and by the way, all her stories are washed up and they're old and they've really got nowhere to go. But my point is this: if she was really a mom, just imagine how she would never stop talking about it. Oh my God, it was so, you know what I mean? The birth, the this, the that, oh my back. It would be one thing. She would have a wealth of content, a wealth of things to talk about on a podcast. She can't come up with two ideas, right? Any mom could tell you 10,000 things. She could merch the hell out of, oh, this was the best stroller that we found. This was the most, best car seat or baby seat or whatever the deal is. I could go ad nauseum. You get the gist. You know what I mean? Food. And think about this. There's nobody's getting offended by it. And there's an endless supply of new people flooding into that market on a daily basis that need help, that need some advice, and that would be a huge angle. And the fact that this lady has now waited, 5 years allegedly, or is it longer than that? I don't know. Yeah, 5 years, and hasn't done one thing, said one thing. She can't mention one story between them. Do you know what I mean? It's just all of it. Why is there such a big push on this one? There certainly wasn't in Dusseldorf. And then meanwhile, all her interactions are, it's like she's a fish out of water and she's never been around little people in her life. Nor him. This does not sound like a guy that likes kids. They seem like a huge burden and a big pain in the ass to him. That's what it seems like. Like, this is the guy that fought for it and wanted it and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, he has it and he's like, he couldn't tell you two things about it. Other than the fact that, Archibald, brought up a conversation that could lead him to talking about his mother. And even when this idiot was saying in that interview I did yesterday, he was like, it was very cathartic for H, because H could then get into his own. And it's like, none of this shit is about H, nor Scheissmeist. It's about the veterans. So everything's got to roll back to how he feels about the whole situation. Do you see what I'm saying, folks? So what's the point of this whole agenda? Is it the influencer thing? Is it some merch coming down the pike? Or is it them trying to save their asses and look like good people because of all these other things that are crumbling down around them? Which, that's a whole nother story, which I'll get into. But anyways, let me know your thoughts. This video is going kind of long. Anyways, who loves you, baby? Thanks for listening, and I hope you guys are having a great day. You're the best.
Who loves you, baby? You're beautiful.